Okay, now let's go ahead and kind of get a little bit into the root of your teenage years. Okay, so after your mom had left your stepdad and now you're living elsewhere, did you like directly move in with your sisters, or did they just ask you to come in there?
I
Or
pretty much didn't have a choice because when my mom left my stepdad, we didn't have anywhere else to go because she left him the house. And we were both supposed to be staying with my sisters, but it ended up she had a new boyfriend within like a week and she was staying with him and she just kind of pawned me off on him.
oh, okay. Now, did you ever end up living back with your mom after a while, or?
Yeah, off and on for a couple times actually. I got into a bunch of trouble with my sisters and my mom made me move in with her and her boyfriend. Her boyfriend didn't like me because I had been in trouble. And so it caused a lot of problems. I snuck out of his house. I stole money from him because he acted like he was a lot better than me. And it ticked me off that my mom subdued, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for there, but just let him kind of make me feel like crap. And then I ended up getting in trouble and I went into a facility for teenagers here in Joplin. It's supposed to be rehab, I guess, even though I really wasn't a druggie at the time. Because my mom didn't want to deal with me, is what she told the people. So I was there for 6 months, and then in the end they were like, well, we see that it's really not you, it's a lot to do with your mom. So they let me go home to my mom. And a week after my birthday, she called a caseworker and told the caseworker she couldn't deal with it. She didn't want me in her house. She didn't want nothing to do with me. So I ended up in foster care at the age of 14, and I was bounced from foster care to foster home, foster home. I was in Carl Junction, Joplin, Webb City, Carthage. And then I got pregnant at 16. I met this guy when I was like 14 and a half. When we started dating, I was working at A&W. I got pregnant at 16 by him. I was in a lot of trouble because I didn't like being in foster care, so I was bad. Pretty much anything a teenager can do wrong, I was doing it on purpose. And found out I was pregnant. Me and him took off. We ran because I was in foster care and they were going to take my baby. Got caught because I called my mom and cried. She let me come home. I got caught driving her truck without a license on the run. And they put me back in foster care. So I kind of kissed my mom's butt and straightened up long enough to get out of foster care because I was pregnant. I got out like a month before I had my child. We still didn't get along, but it was kind of like a thing. I had to deal with it for my child's sake. And then I had him, and 3-4 months later, when I turned 17, I left her house again because I couldn't stand living with her. We were still arguing like crazy, and it was just a bad deal. I moved in with my boyfriend and his parents, and a couple months later, me and him had our own place, and then we started partying too much, got stupid, and lost our house, lost our job. He went to jail because we started fighting because of the partying and became domestic situation. And then I ended up with my husband, which I'm trying to divorce right now. And I went through 3 houses and cars and just tried to do it all right. Didn't work. Finally, I left, went back to Kansas City. My sister begged me to. In the process, I lost my son because his dad wouldn't give him to me. I lived with my mom there. We finally rekindled our relationship and stopped arguing with each other. And we have the greatest relationship ever now. I love my mom to death. I'd do anything for her. It's awesome. I hate that it took so long, but it's cool that we have it now. But I lost my son, so I was up there, and I had my mom. That was cool. And then I got my son back because his dad went to jail. I was pregnant at the time by another guy who, of course, doesn't want anything to do with his child, and it got really stressful being in the city, in the area I was living at. I couldn't take it really. It's hard to find a job, no transportation. Uh, the area was bad, and it was just really hard with having a 2.5-year-old and having one on the way. And my oldest son's grandparents asked me if I would like to come and stay with them to, get on my feet. They would help me out with both kids, and I came back down here. My mom and I still have our relationship, thank God for that. And I'm doing really good now, actually. I have a job. I have both kids, and they're both doing great. I love being a mom. It's the best part of my life. And my son's father and I have actually made up since we've both grown up and gone through all the problems. We've done a lot better. And I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life now.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So, what do you? Okay, going back just a little bit, Kansas City. What do you think made everything change over to rekindle your relationship back with your mom?
Um, I really, it could just be because I didn't have anybody else anymore. I always had, like, my Nana. I always had her when I was down here. And a lot of it, too, I was grown up now. I was a lot more mature. I was ready to get over the past and just have my mom because that's all I ever wanted as a kid was a real family. And I think that had a lot to do with it. And my mom had quit drinking, too. She used to be a really bad drunk. And the fact that she had quit drinking, it helped us rekindle our relationship a lot, too.
Okay, so basically, just time blew over, and you guys kind of went
Yeah.
through your both experiences, and then just kind of was able to relate again. And
Yeah.
okay, let's see. Now I know you mentioned that your sisters, lives kind of played into yours a little bit and changed you a little bit. Do you ever see yourself rekindling relationship with them after a while, or how do you feel about that?
No, honestly, I don't. I've kind of washed my hands of them. I love them because they're my sisters, but I don't want anything to do with them because of their decisions and the way they've treated me. I really just, they stay to themselves, I stay to myself. It sucks because, my sons have cousins that they'll never get to see, but I'd just rather stay away from them.
No, it just makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty, so jumping in just a little bit. So how many you have? What, two kids now?
Yes, I have 2 kids.
Okay. What are their first names?
My oldest is Trace, and my youngest is Braden.
And how old are they?
Trace is 2.5, and Braden is 3 weeks.
Just now. Okay.
Yep.
So let's see. Now, now that your second one is by another guy, is
Yes.
that